All right, let's get this started.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question, are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the US taxpayers' expense. And in this video we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked.
All right, so first, I like Nick Shirley. I think he's a newer aged reporter. What I mean by that is I think he's someone who, he's not partisan to one side or the other, but he will tackle, you know, debates on each side. I don't think he's far leaning one way or far leaning the other way. Obviously, he is more conservative than he is liberal. But with that being said, he's a actual journalist. Like, I would rather watch him and him uncover the fraud and actually like boots on the ground journalism than watch, you know, ABC, CNN, Fox News. Like, watching those big news, they don't. What they do, a lot of those people, what they write articles on is, someone will say, hey, I got this story, I'm going to email it to you. And then they look over it and then they write the story about it. They don't really do what this guy's doing. And that is a big kudos. And that's why I want to make this video, because if this is what I've been seeing, because I can pull up probably 20 or 30 posts that I saw on social media today alone saying how he is a white supremacist. What he's doing is white supremacy. And if you go to these places, you're racist. So from what I know about the video, is that he went to these daycares, and the daycares, there's no one there. There was no kids there, and they are getting paid money through the government and through the state, to fund these places where they do not get kids. So basically, to break it down, simplicity is the federal government and the state take money and they subsidize daycares or learning centers, or however they want to word it. If you have one kid, you get $10,000. So these people are saying that they are getting, you know, 70 to 150 kids. They're getting a certain dollar amount for those kids, and it adds up after time, but there's really no kids. So that's the fraud that he's uncovering. So there's this guy, he's been doing it for years and he's gotten nowhere. Nick Shirley's put out one video and he's got like 6 million views on it or some ridiculous amount. He's probably got 20 million across all of his platforms. And the fact that a YouTuber is at this level is just, it baffles me.
How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation contributing, but they never had a passenger, never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research, and then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address, and supposedly for 120 children.
All right, we have the mini childcare here. They have reviews 2 years ago, 5 years ago, a month ago, a month ago. Obviously, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, just random reviews. Let's see where the 1 star. A girl who sits in the front office is very, you know, what is that doing? So this is the address to the place. If you zoom in here, you can see it's a restaurant cafe, but you got the child care center. Let's see if we get to the street view. Obviously, you can see there. That is it. That's the phone number right there. You go down at a child care center. It's dark. The windows, you got it's covered, but I feel like you can kind of see right in here. I feel like you can see in. That might be that's a reflection, I think, of. I bet there's a wall on this side. Yeah, that's that building. They just have really good tint. Doesn't look like there's a light on, but this is the top view. This is the top view. You're telling me can't get no street view. You're telling me this is a daycare center right here? In this corner, you're telling me you're fitting 100 kids? Get out of here. Go back to the video.
Two child cares listed at the same address, and together they're licensed supposedly for 120 children.
120 kids. You're telling me that building holds 120 kids?
I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government. There's no kids.
No kids listed at the same address, and together they're licensed supposedly for 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations, and even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
And who's getting the money?
So if a business gets so many violations, shouldn't they close? I know I run a firearms company and I get certain violations, boom, done. Zero tolerance. These people are taking care of kids, hundreds of them, and they can just have multiple and stay in business.
And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare, and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation. A lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address.
So to break that down, what they're saying is that, let's say I open up a child care, I'm also opening up an adult care, and I'm also opening up a healthcare, right? Then I also open up my own transportation company. So I am getting 4 times the amount of money in subsidies from this program to take care of one person. And he's saying that this person is not existing. So they're saying that I'm picking up, bringing them to one of these care products that are also I own it all. And then I'm bringing them back to wherever they are. But if there's no one to bring, that's where the fraud is.
That has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're just...
So it's funny because I'm going to try to edit in a couple of clips right here to this part of the video. Magic.
It's a fraud in Minnesota. We were all going to die for it if it wasn't uncovered by some racist little mediocre subpar white kid who dates his mom, running around to daycare centers and trying to film children without...
Sixer driving around Minnesota, knocking on the doors of daycares, telling lies to get inside of said daycares. Also, he can have access to your children.
After this video came out, everyone's saying, oh, this is white supremacy because Nick Shirley's white. Because he's white, he's not allowed to investigate the Somali community because that just makes it racist, which is a complete load of shit. It's just complete crap. You can't tell me that because he's white, he's not allowed to investigate frauds of millions and millions and upward to billions of dollars in state fraud that has actually started with from the top. Tim Walz, his governorship, all the appointed cabinet members he has, everybody that he backs as a candidate, everybody that the communities vote. If you have a community full of Somalis that are doing illegal crime, why wouldn't you want to vote one of yours in? Because with that person in the office, it's mobster. It's exactly how they used to run New York. It's exactly how they used to run Las Vegas. If their own people are in the government can't stop them. And that's what's going on here.
They're afraid of their own shadow, and I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime?
What did I say?
What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud.
So it's funny because there are state employees that are being caught up in this scandal, and there's literally a law that states, hey, if you're a state employee and you know fraud, you gotta report it. And I guarantee it's not happening. Why would it happen?
It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history. Anywhere.
We're going to go confront these people. We're going to go to these daycare centers. We're going to see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of David's evidence, we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon.
Where are we going now?
Scared.
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually has another child care registered at the same address called Mini Child
That's this building
Care
right
Center.
here.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's 2.
The 2 of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months, none of them. In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, $1.604 million in fiscal year 2025. Fiscal year 2024, they got about $800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually two daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign.
So that's that building that earlier that we saw. So let's see.
The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility that you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
Yeah.
Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely...
So the videos I see, they're trying to turn Nick Shirley and say, oh, why are you looking for kids? You're a pedophile, this and that. First off, you see there's 2 drink cups right there. So that means that people were there. Secondly, I've never gone and brought my kid to a daycare and there hasn't been parents or just activity. It's always a welcoming and inviting environment. Like, these people literally get money to take care of your kids. Like, they want you to come in. And if this was a actual daycare, if it's open, you know, those hours that it says on the back, it says, you know, so whatever he just said, till 10 o'clock at night, wouldn't there like be some sort of commotion there? Like, you could hear 100 kids. I don't know if you've ever had 100 kids around, but you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you're gonna tell me it's quiet?
Absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside, or...
There's no play area for the kids.
Yeah, that's what we...
So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No. Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next location.
And the fraud only gets more from here. Make sure you stay till the very end of this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota.
And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia. We're going to the next really cool daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one, in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out.
All right,
let's see if anybody is here.
We should be able...
This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children.
Let's see here.
0.
We're gonna pull up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna pull up. Let's pull up this other display here. All right. So this right here is ABC Learning. Nice parking lot. They got a company that tows, Cedar Towing. A roofing company, kind of industrial. This is an industrial area. 18-wheelers galore. 100%. This is an industrial area. Look at this. right? Then let's look at the aerial view. Now it has twin home healthcare. But look at this. 80 kids in this little ass building. There's no play area. Industrial. Looks like a little boatyard there. Shipping, junkyard. This is an industrial area. This below's twin close. Let's see. Reviews. I got any reviews? 7. 4 years, 8 months, 5 years. Musha Owl, 5 years ago. That sound looks familiar. Let's see here. 8 months ago. One review and a photo. Oh. Didn't put. No views. But let's get back.
0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Can I speak to a manager?
Wait, so he goes and he's like, hey, I have a child. I want to check them in. And she goes, why? Because obviously that's like, why do you want to bring him here? Like, you already know that we're a fraud. We're scamming people. We already know this. This isn't real.
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
You can see in the background.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cause I need a spot to put my son Joey.
All right. So he's gone to 2 spots already. He says, hey, I want to put my kid in daycare. And they go, why? They go, why? That's the fucking purpose.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
Bro, he ain't looking confused. He knows.
You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
He's saying,
You
oh,
work
there's
here.
kids
Okay,
there.
well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my...
All right. So this is the bullshit. This woman goes, you're scaring me because of your color. Now, roles reversed, all that. What if, that's whatever. Oh, what if it was... Listen, she literally is openly being racist because he's white. Like, she's sitting there saying, oh, I'm scared because you're white. Because you're going to expose me because you're not like everyone who protects me. So because you're white, my jig is up.
My color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
no.
You said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now they're all getting mad because he's showing the paperwork up.
Look at these people in the background. There's everyone
of this business being registered as a
and it's funny because she's got a mask on and everyone is like, oh, you can't have a mask on nowadays. Like
business. 74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
I know the Muslim culture.
But now they're all getting mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner. I'm the kids.
Well, then why are you talking for the owner if you're telling me to talk to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
People off there.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day.
As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's nothing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
All right, so I think that they're not going to go there, but let's see here. Hold on. Let me pull up this one. All right, this is that building right here. So bright. See, we're here. Kitchen. This is a food place. Can't see in there. It looks like they got a camera. Now, if we go, let's go to the aerial view. This is the aerial view of the building. Where are the kids? Oh man, see, I wish we had alleys. This is crazy.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign. That's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Luring.
So this is Quality Leering.
Leering. Quality Leering is what it says. Let's see it. No, I don't. How do you see if the
center? I meant to say.
Oh, address is right there. All right, so the address is right there. So let's get this. 1411. All right. Got something here. All right, so this is. Here we go. So this is the building. I don't even know if you can call that a play area. I'll run down this. Like, I wouldn't call that. I mean, looks like a swing set, but I guess you really can't tell. Let's go street view. Oh, it's been painted. You can't tell over here. So this is old. So they painted it. All right, so here. I don't know. Let's see. 2000. So I'm gonna bring this down so you can right up top corner, October 2022. So they had quality learning childcare. That's what it says right there. Phone number, obviously different than that one. Play, learn, grow together. Right? Looks like it's probably abandoned. Right? All right. So then come over here. Yeah, so since 2022, nothing. And you could tell it looks like they put a door. They put this door, that metal fence. So this door is that door, and they put a new door on the side right here where the graffiti is. See, there's the plumbing right there in the video. The plumbing's right there. So they added a door. So they added a door.
Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up.
said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up. We have ice.
And what do you think about this place being licensed for
We have
99
ice.
children
Don't open up.
and getting
This lady is
$4 million
fucking crazy.
over
Open
the
up. It's ice.
$4 million
Don't
in
open
the
up,
last
it's
2
ice.
years?
Go away.
All right. So if it was ice, why would you want people to be taking care of why would
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away.
she
Are you in
thinks she's like
favor
some
of that?
social justice warrior.
Go away.
You know where
You're
they-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of
Shame on you.
$1.9 million going illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently
Don't open
to this
up.
business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you
Now
belong
they realize,
here.
Don't open
they
up.
don't
It's
even
ice.
They don't look
You
like
do
he's in a
realize
gray
that
fucking
there's supposed to be
sweater.
99 children at here at this building, but there's no
99.
one here. This is a child
State of
daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding.
You would think they probably.
Do you know where the
solved it a
children
little
are? Were they
better.
kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and
Well,
order
now
back
she
in the streets of the United
realizes
States.
Okay.
Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen
Aldi
children at that
Kitchen.
daycare center right there?
But
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child, you've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in here.
We're gonna educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelt learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know, where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've never seen a
looking at
child
the
here for
inside
8
of
years.
this-
Nope, not at all.
this business.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
It's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that, it's a federal offense. I know. I studied law.
And do you think Tim Waltz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Well, heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my god. Well, where? Yeah, it's just. I've never seen nobody here at all
So how long have you been living here?
since 2017. 2018.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building.
No.
All right, so you can see this, this restaurant, Albi Kitchen, or however you want to say it. I'm gonna pull up. Look at this picture. So this picture right here. So this picture is the you walk in. This wall, this white wall, would actually border where there's 99 kids. You're gonna tell me that this little sheetrock wall, Like, let me scroll up. Just us trying to, let me give you a quick. So when you walk in, this is the front door right here, right? Let's see. There's a better one. There's one. Yeah. You walk in. This is there should be a door to that door is right behind this wall, this blue wall right here. And then to the left is a white wall. So there should be 100 kids right there.
I don't know.
So this big daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see that. I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within
That's
just
crazy.
a few hours, we nearly approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud taking place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning.
All right, let's look this place up. Let's see here, 3641. Chicago. So what we got here, another industrial building. All right, early learning center. Okay. All right, so you can see here, there's a little bit of green to the south of the image, but let's see the street view. Future Leader Early Learning Center. Okay, so that's good. 612, different phone number. Different phone number, childcare, lights not on, everything's blacked out. All right, so it looks like they got a little bit of a playground. Oh. Mail goes in there. So mail goes there. That means like mail doesn't even go inside. So you can't even get mail. Yeah, it's all the same. All right. So there's literally boards over the window. Is that not fire code? That's not fire code at all. What?
Center, and it's licensed for 90 children. And
90
in fiscal
kids.
year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming
So
they have 90
25
children
million just alone
every
in this
day of the
video.
week, 5 days a week.
I
So
mean,
let's
these
find
people are
out.
making just about more money than NBA athletes.
And we don't
These are
even know if
NBA
they're paying
athletes.
taxes, but we don't know where this money is going. Is it going to terrorism? Where is it going? But it's theft, it's fraud. And the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing
like
this for
I've
the
done
people
more
of Minnesota.
journalistic
I don't make a dime
exploration
of all this
than
time I've
actual
spent on
news
this.
reporters that get paid
I put
millions
my
of
life at
dollars
risk
to work for
several times,
CNN.
but I'm determined to see this through and to correct what is wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning Center, this building received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I can
Somebody's
bring
there.
little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
It's not here.
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
She looks so confused.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children.
Yes.
Why are there no children?
Two of Mexico.
Would my
So they
son, little
ask-
Joey, have friends to play with here?
No.
No.
Yes.
No friends for little Joey.
Yes.
So they ask where are the kids, and she goes, "Oh, there's no kids. They don't come till 2." Like, do you why would you not have, like, do you not have kids until 2? Listen, this is crazy.
Sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
So,
So,
little
you got a
Joey
business
would not
card?
be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they're receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
6.
I can't give you a number now.
6 to
Like
1.
more than 5?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
88?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's
So why are you asking us about
the fraud.
All right. So let's look this up. So now we're at this. Where are you? All right. Mailbox can't go in. Right? Probably notice no trespassing. Everything's the same. You see that how everything's blocked off. Understand. See, they got looks like they got leaves. Not a car in there. Maybe it's the weekend. You're telling me that there's like kids are out here playing in that? It looks like it's the fall, so brightly colored toys everywhere. Ooh. That ball looks like, yeah, this is 2 different images. You can see how the street's sunny there. Now it's not, so this is, yeah, see, something happened. Look at those leaves. You're telling me kids are playing in that? Kids ain't. If you're going to put your kid there, I want you to comment down below, and I want you to tell me that you'd put your kid there.
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah. But that's our number, and yeah, I can call. But this is
Why do they act so
we can't let you guys see. So.
Okay, thank you. So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
After being able to provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner.
We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super Kids Daycare Center. Interestingly, this daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare, and it had received $2.45 million this fiscal year, 2025. They had to shut down because there were so many violations, and they went and they just reopened under a new license, and they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC.
So they got shut down, then started another one.
Literally the next day.
Creative Minds Daycare, $2.45 million got sent to this daycare center. We have empty parking lot. We do have a bus here. This is different.
Creative. Let's look up. This is Creative Minds Daycare. A little sand pit for the kiddos in the back. A little place outside, but let's do the infamous street view. Huh. Oh, it's just a house. Where the hell? All right. Here we go. Creative Minds Daycare. Same exact sign. Okay. Windows completely blacked out. Blacked out. Blacked out. Blacked out. This is from November 2022. Oh, let's see. I don't know why. Blacked out. That's not, that probably was a door at one point. Blacked out. No kids. Look at the leaves. The leaves. Like, come on, man. There's just crap everywhere. Like, this is the back area where kids are playing? Like, is this blacked out windows? Come on. This was probably a daycare at one point. Like he said, it got shut down because of so many violations.
We'll see if we see anybody. I knocked on the door. Absolutely nobody was inside. And once again, no children could be heard anywhere. So David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside. Licensed for over 50 kids. No children anywhere. But yet, millions of dollars every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble, they had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland, 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So what you just saw too is one of those transportation vehicles. So they're probably getting paid. So
that's fraud right there.
The transport
alone.
Now. So this is
Millions
probably
and millions
legit
of dollars,
daycare
and
that they
again,
took over and they realized
the kids
they
are
couldn't
missing.
do it.
Where are the kids?
You would think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
They just write the check. Human Services, they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same address?
On top of all of the child care centers, that's just only a small piece of
How
the
is
fraud.
gonna be your
What other
vice
fraud are they
president?
committing here in Minnesota?
So another major piece of the fraud is the home health care industry. Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home health care companies in the same building.
14 of the same healthcare companies in one building.
14 home health care companies with different names in the same building.
How bad has Tim Walz managed the budget here inside of Minnesota?
So the last biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium. How in the world can you burn through $24 billion in 2 years? This is how, right here. This is a huge part of it.
And so would you say a lot of that is fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Absolutely. I would say better than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything. In fact, the FBI just did a raid a few days ago on a building similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering the exact same services. Right here, you have a list of all of the healthcare companies.
So I saw that video. So everyone thinks that the FBI raided it because of Nick Shirley. But obviously Nick Shirley in his videos clearly stated that they raided before he went there.
Loads of them right here. We want healthcare.
No, it's okay.
Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here.
No.
Why can't I get healthcare here?
No, wait.
Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security armed. This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are
this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk to about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
Well, they never have
All
lights
right.
on anywhere.
We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that gentlemen matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building, so.
Okay.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay. So
he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
No, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in. Another Reliance Recovery Center. Mercy and Grace Care, Inc. Right here you have Den Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here you have Serenity Quality Care. All of these businesses are literally the same type of business providing the same service in the same building. Another Convenience Home Health.
Bro, so these, they're just renting these spots, putting signs up and putting it front and then just saying
Healthcare,
oh my
Aid,
God.
Inc., and Child-Friendly Space. All these companies get money
Nick has
from
found
the government.
more,
Why would you have
more
the
fraud
same
in
company essentially
this
inside
hour-long video
of the same
than
building,
the government
door to door?
has
Right here,
are willing
Queenly
to admit.
Home Health Care. It just does not make sense. If you were trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition. But here, they have all of their competition right next door. We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud, okay?
Mhm.
That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking you
No, you
about
don't
the
have
fraud.
to ask me, okay? Don't
Oh.
ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay?
Who can I speak to?
Hmm?
Who can I speak to? Okay. As soon as you confront about the fraud, they get angry. When these people have these home healthcare companies, you're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided. They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So this is a huge health scam. This isn't just in Minnesota, right? This is a problem with our healthcare system, or our health insurance system, right? So you can start up a business say you provide services for somebody and they could just paper whip it, submit it to the state, and there's very limited resources for the state to check. It's lack of staff, lack of department heads, it's the changeover of staff, location of the individual that you're providing services for. There's so many factors that go into that. I shouldn't say don't allow, but they make it harder for states to actually investigate or do checks and balances. Although I don't agree with it, I think there should be, but this is what he's talking about. This is not just Minnesota. This is across the country, and this is why your health insurance is so high, is because of the way that this happens, and it happens everywhere.
So they're essentially just using people, saying that they had these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
Right, and the Somali community is a very closed community, so everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And for this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million for how much fraud is taking place. That is a very low estimate. However, still a lot of money in fraud.
And do you think there is fraud taking place here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never ask.
And now, with upwards of $100 million in fraud, we headed to one more daycare. And this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end. And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent government leaders who have enabled this fraud to happen.
And I knew this video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing, let's keep going. And now we're going to the next location. Now, this child daycare center, this one's different than all the other ones we've been to. Tell us about this one.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but 3 child care centers and is licensed.
All right, let's look this up. All right, so I got this. All right, so we're going to look this up. So it is 312 West Lake Street, which I got pulled up here. All right, so this is West Lake Street. This is a building. Okay, so industrial. Nuna, all right? See, they're open. No reviews. Whoa. Child care, adult care. So this is one of those things where it's child and adult. Obviously, there's no, it's boarded up. You can see somebody kind of in there, but who knows what they're in there for. Hold on. Let's do what we did with the other one. Let's give it a fair. Let's get off the street view. So let's see here. This one, no information. So no information on it. There's nowhere for child daycare. No pictures. Now we go to street view. This is a daycare. This is where you're bringing your kid. Now it kind of looks like, you know, doesn't look like a bad neighbor. I think this is probably all graffiti purposely done. But hey, look at this. What does this say? Uptown Urgent Care. All right. So this is from the beginning of the video. So this is where you have urgent care, child care, and adult care. They probably have some transportation, and they got all 3 of them in there. They're all let's see here. They're all 312. Let's see if the phone numbers match up. All right. So let's look at this. Let's look. So urgent care. Oh, let's go here. Get out of the street view. I hit this. You can't call, so I guess just type in urgent care. Not even urgent care there anymore. So it's gone. So all right, so this is where you get an instance of the urgent care. the adult care and the child care. So this was back in the beginning of the video that we were talking about that he brought up, where they have all three located in one place. They are also said that there's other, you know, businesses here, so it kind of plays in line with that. So let's get back to the video.
To hold 102 children, and in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
And this is the building right here. So this building alone made $2.6 million. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 child care centers. We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the daycare was supposedly at. So right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, $2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you recording?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name?
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
I don't think I'd pull.
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here.
So now they're kind of, the earlier building they were in, technically these are all private, so the police can't enforce trespassing. This is where you got to be, I don't know, a little bit more cordial in these areas, because if they say, hey, leave, but they didn't, they just said this is harassment. So they're probably going to call the cops.
Here, no children inside of this daycare center, but between those buildings, over $2.6 million. We were just curious, where are the children at? Do you know where the children are at?
No.
Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't care.
How can these child care centers have no children?
I don't know.
There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere.
I mean, it looks like a legit area.
People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of 2.6.
Also, too, they could be doing these childcare centers and then only allowing certain kids to go in. So they're saying that, hey, listen, I got kids here, to kind of like a front, right? But it's all the people that work there. It's their kids. It's a family kids.
$6 million, and there's no children to be seen anywhere. Something fraudulent is happening, and that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota.
It's probably a week after he released this video. Let me see. He released this video. Let's see here. It's about 5 days. 4 days. Yeah, it's 4 days. 4 days after he released this video. They are saying all over the internet, oh, he's so racist. He's so racist. White supremacy. He's only pushing this because it's white supremacy. Bro, he's just investigating fraud.
If there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue.
Yeah.
This is just fraud at
It's just
unprecedented levels here inside Minnesota. It's actually very concerning. Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen. Millions of dollars are being sent into these daycare centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere. Here's another daycare center inside this same building.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
Sir,
Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of
I don't know if
dollars?
he's a representation.
Ask the local government, yeah.
Oh, we've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you, first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me, period.
Can we talk
you
outside?
You don't have permission to record.
She doesn't either have. She doesn't have permission to record me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
We can ask.
You don't have any permission.
Where are the children?
I will sue you. You don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You
Okay.
understand?
Then are there
So leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave. Leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's happening.
We are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
Yes.
you are.
We're not accusing you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
All these people are.
We're not accusing you. We're asking the daycare centers.
I am not.
So now that it's been a few days, all these people are saying that he went there when they were closed, out of business hours. Obviously, it's during the day. Some of these are open till 10 o'clock at night. And it, they clearly showed the hours. I don't know the exact day he was there. I can't confirm it, but obviously it's during normal business hours. It's the same day people are literally contacting him right now.
I'm gonna answer. And you have.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know, where are the children?
Who you work for?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who do you work for?
I work for myself, Nick Shirley.
Okay, what are you recording?
Everyone wants to know who he
We're
works
wondering,
for.
where are the children? $2.6 million for
You're not talking to
the
the
Minnesota
right person.
Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer the
You're not
question.
talking
Are there
to the right
children?
person. Leave.
There's no children inside this
You
building.
don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are the children at? David, they won't even answer. We asked him, plain and simple, where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice. Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by 3 Somali men simply for asking questions about what was going on. And they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
After giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the simple question, where are the children, he called the cops on us and we headed to the state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government who have.
What you just saw was the flag, and I'm just going to pull up here real quick. This is the new flag to the left, and this is the old flag to the right. Like, you could buy them now. I looked up, I was like, hey, like they mentioned this earlier. Like, this is ridiculous. Let's see if I can zoom in. Right? Look at the. So, under Tim Waltz, they changed the flag. There was never any baby blue in it. It looks just like the Somalis flag. Minnesota, I get the star. I don't understand the, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-point star. The 5-point star, 1858, like these, the one to the right is a normal, the one to the right is like a normal state flag, right? Most states have some type of emblem, something that, matches up with what they're aligned with. So the fact that they changed it to that just blows my mind. And then people are okay with it.
Have enabled and let this fraud happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting and connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke about how none of this is building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue. So I went and confronted her after that.
Yes, but
He has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who
crosses?
you are.
My name's Nick Shirley. Do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat, or just facts that fraud is happening?
I think the fact that
Because
you're talking about it as a partisan issue.
Well, because that's what I heard you
shows
talking
me-
about. That
I know what I said is that
because
what we're talking about is
we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud.
So let me just set the record straight here, right? So fraud is fraud. No matter Democrat, Republican, red, black, white, yellow, green, purple, whatever your background is, fraud is fraud. And when you get politicians together, no matter what if they have a dividing, well, that's what they do, right? Someone says, well, it's their fault. Well, it's our fault. And then when they're in the wrong and they're defending the wrong side, they go, well, this isn't everybody's fault, right? So what they try to do is they try to mitigate the risk to their political party by either distancing themselves or doing the old smoke and mirrors and trying to push it on somebody else and saying, oh, this is their agenda, which it's not. Fraud is fraud. It affects every American the same, and it needs to stop. And unless people like this gets pressed, because you obviously have these people in the government there that allow this to happen. They had a meeting. The Republican lady, obviously from the skit, you could see, put up a connect the dots style bulletin point, right? And they clearly can see that there is fraud. They know it's fraud, but they don't want to address it because they're so worried about getting caught up and blaming their own party. Like, this isn't a Democrat or a Republican. This isn't a left or a right. This is just a fucking American problem.
Fraud, so why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
Okay, sir.
No. This
Sir,
is not.
sir.
When are you going to hold Governor?
I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is another YouTuber or just, but he obviously asked a straight up question. Are you going to hold Governor Walz? Yeah, and this guy was going to be your vice president.
Governor Walz, no. She is a representative for the state of Minnesota. Yes or no?
Excuse me?
Yes. Are you?
If you're going to talk to me like
are
that.
you the state? I'm a disability advocate.
I heard you, and
get
we've got a chance to
overstimulated.
That whole, oh, you can't take that tone with me. That's fucking bullshit. If I ask you a question and you don't want to answer it, if you're going to talk to me like that, like, that's your job. Answer the question. You're literally a
No, ma'am.
This woman right here.
The facts are the facts that fraud is happening here. And it's not a nonpartisan issue.
Pushing her own agenda. Look at what she was wearing.
How come you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath
a politic?
I think
the
if you've
government
been
here?
listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this. And so there's really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who, both Democrat and Republicans. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
This fraud has happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration.
So they're literally talking about their community. They're not talking about other states. They're talking specifically about their community. And this is what the left always does. They are bringing in and saying, oh, well, this is Trump's got it. It's Trump's fault. This has nothing to do with Trump at all whatsoever. This is literally a local and state government that are letting these groups of people screw over their taxpayers that voted for them.
Fraud. Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a 50-state issue. And so, again, it is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that.
Thank you for coming today.
This is crazy.
Well, you saw what happened there?
The state of Minnesota that we live in, and these politicians are just walking off thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump, they want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor who he doesn't care.
It's crazy to me that when people are voted into politics, before they're voted in, they go and they talk to the communities and they get boots on ground and they're approachable. They answer kind of tough questions sometimes. And the moment they get voted in, they have these meetings and they just leave. That shit baffles me. That shit just baffles me.
How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
That's crazy. All right, everybody, hopefully you made it through this video, and if you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I kind of like doing this. I've never done a video like this, so if you like this type of content, let me know. You have videos, send them to me. I will gladly watch them and see if I can put together a video, but make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks for the support.